Right, Woodlands winners, Ballarat and District Trotting Club. Hats off to the boys, or hats on, Husey, to the boys there putting on a huge show the other day. Woodlands winners is back, and we will be highlighting 4 of the yearlings. But, of course, I've got the crew back together. Mark Hughes, hello, my friend.
Morning, Paulie. How are you on this glorious summer's day?
We're not allowed to bugger this up because I think that's one of my best intros, that.
Mate, outstanding work.
I thought so too. I did come up with some good ones. And Chamomile Cam, hello, my friend. How are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you doing?
We probably need to start recording a little bit earlier. I tell you, we'd get more ratings, but yeah, we probably wouldn't last long with the bosses, but that's okay. Been a huge week. Cam, I'll start with you, mate. Plenty of winners. I think we're looking North Island or South Island last weekend. Just ridiculous. The boys are just shining everywhere. 2-year-old at Pinjarra, our formula that Husey and I go by, Seaside rocks up straight away. Just a magic start to the year for the team from Woodlands.
Yeah, we'd have to be happy with that. Like I said, we had a pretty big year last year, which is nice. And yeah, we've kind of rolled into 2026 where we left 2025. So look, basically really happy with the stallions. And look, the ones have gone back home now, which is nice. And yeah, we can settle in and say awards this weekend, which will be nice. So hopefully we have a bit of luck there as well.
Yep, a lot of people holding off on those. I've had a few people go a bit early. They were telling me that they've already won the awards here in Australia, and I said I don't think they've happened. So yeah, anyway, the person that watches regularly, he'll be like, "Yep, that was me," but I won't shelf him in any way because I don't do those sorts of things. Mark Hughes, on the other hand, he may. Hello, mate. Ballarat District Trotting Club put on a huge show for us, Paul Rouse and the crew, and Leap to Fame didn't let the team down either, mate.
Yeah, look, shout out to Rousey, and we sponsored the Ballarat Cup again there on Saturday night, back to back. And of course, the champ Leap to Fame, dominant in this particular race, barrier to box, track record, just put everybody else in the race to the sword. And you saw Larry there at his absolute peak on Saturday night, and he marches on to Cranbourne this Saturday as well.
Yeah, and he's exciting when he's like this. He's great to watch and got quite a few horses out the back that are tongues hanging out. We'll give a shout out to Aaron Dunn, 2 and 3. And we don't segregate here. D-Row being by Art Major was outstanding, Dunny, but also so was Rafa. Probably the topical pick for the day, 40 Love. And, yeah, does a huge job, Aaron Dunn, and great supporter of Woodlands. Husey has been on Seaside since the get-go too, and he's really starting to reap those rewards.
Yeah, look, Aaron's boys were really super in that race behind Leap to Fame, 2nd and 3rd, but 40 Love, outstanding 4-year-old, mate. The world's his oyster in the next couple of months, hopefully, and backed up his great Hamilton Cup win in 55 with a slashing 3rd there Saturday night against the big boys. And you sort of notice these 4-year-olds, like, you know, coming into these big races now on a fairly regular basis, knowing that they're going to be very, very competitive.
I saw that also on his debut at Bendigo. I was lucky enough to catch an interview straight away with Dunny afterwards, and he was pretty excited about him. He knows his stock, Dunny, and he's got a big rap on this horse. And the fact that he's staying driving him, I think that's a great lead into of what he thinks of this horse.
Yeah, no, he's a lovely horse. Mum's back in Folded Down by the Seaside, and look, a lot to look forward to. I think he's in the 4 and 5-year-old championship at Cranbourne on Saturday night.
Yeah, big night at Cranbourne. Good luck to the Cranbourne Harness Racing Club. I'm going to go there, so we'll have a fair bit of footage coming back from that as well. Right, boys, we are going to start highlighting some of these yearlings. Before we do, Cam, you were there, front and centre, one at the parade. Our mate from WA, he couldn't be there. The inclement weather, he just needed to show us signs of a white beach. But the staff, firstly on parade day, done an amazing job. I think everyone, even from Stevie. There was a great photo of Stevie just standing there watching horses walking past. I think it was a pretty all hands on deck, and everyone done an outstanding job at the parade.
Yeah, like the weather was pretty ordinary, to be fair, so it was a shame that, to say the least, especially on the Tuesday. You know, Monday was pretty good for Brickens, but look, yeah, Tuesday weather was not great. But no, look, the crowd, the whole bus tour and everyone that come along to Woodlands, look, they bared it. They kind of hid under the trees with umbrellas and whatnot, and the staff did a great job. So look, the horses paraded very well, considering it was pretty wet on the grass where they were, and look, they're only a couple of weeks into their prep, which is nice, and they look really, really good. So roll on 3 weeks, and yet again, Kelly and Tony and the team have done another great job.
Yep, they have indeed, and all the staff behind the scenes. It's there was we have a little bit of fun. But I think everyone was there. I don't think there was anyone missing. And even Paul and Mary stayed the whole parade, which was very good. And their hospitality was outstanding. Cook a mean roast, young Paul Kenny, can't he, Cam?
Oh, tell you what,
three course.
He's rejuvenised. He's going good on the island now, which is nice. So I look forward to going for a round 2.
Yeah, well, we get an invite back. Someone doesn't, but anyway, we won't worry about that one. That's all good. Rightio. Let's start with some of these horses before Hughesy hits the off button and doesn't stay in. We are going to highlight 4 yearlings. Actually, we'll start with the four yearlings. We'll start with the first 2 by Lather Up. Not sure who wants to do the first one, but lot number 4 is the first horse we're going to showcase. Hughesy, I suppose I'll throw to you. This one is out of Premier Cruise. This is a colt. And this bloke, I saw him at the parade day. He's a ripper to look at. He looks like a Sweet Lou, walks like a Sweet Lou, but he is definitely a Lather Up.
Yeah, look, he's one of 2 Lather Ups we offer in the sale on Monday, 3 weeks away, February the 16th. You know, really good type bodied, strong-bodied animal. Out of the Bettor's Delight mare, Premier Cruise. She's had 1 to the races for our 1 winner, a horse called Words, who's a very, very nice down by the seaside, who's been very competitive in the North Island, 4 wins already. One thing to note about this this particular pedigree, made over $1.3 million on the page. So, you know, a lot of good horses made a lot of good money. I think there's half a dozen $100,000 earners, including Ohaka Lass, who made $400,000, Romani, $225,000, Condro, Akudo, a legal immigrant. Some very, very nice horses, a pedigree that goes very deep. And he'll be one of these horses that we probably won't have a lot of money on, but I suggest people have a very good look at him. I reckon you're getting a bargain here by Lather Up out of the Bettor's Delight mare, Premier Cruise, October foal. One that's early and one that will definitely be for sale.
Yep, and anyone wondering, I'm just losing everything here at the minute. I'm going bad. I'm out of practice. The team at Woodlands meet the market early, and it is a good little insight for a young trainer, that wants to invest and get a quality horse. Don't be scared to get there early. They always say about the first 10. I never understand that, but they reckon the first 10 are always the hardest. But this horse being lot number 4, we want to make sure people are ready for that horse going through, because they. The boys do. The team at Woodlands definitely hit the mark. Get the market. So the second, Cam, is lot 129. No, it's not. 109. 109. Sorry. This is our Lather Up out of High Society Girl. Another really nice horse, this bloke, and got a real strike about him. I saw him the other day. He is a typical Lather Up, I reckon, Cam.
Yeah, like I said, he's actually quite big, this horse, for a Lather Up. Like I said, he's certainly thrown a bit of size, which is good. But you're right, he's got that kind of nice, rich, dark colour to him, so he's quite striking to the eye. And look, he's so strong in the shoulder and in behind. Again, I don't think he's going to be a crazy expensive horse, but it's one we're certainly willing to sell. And he's probably one of the nicer types we've seen out of the mare. So look, she won 4 races, and she's had 4 to race, a couple of winners there. And they've been in kind of black type as well, which is good. So look, it's a really, really nice horse. And then the second dam was run second in the group run in the Neville Yar final, and left horses like My Ka-Ching. So look, again, pedigree's nice and strong there, and just the individual itself, he's a really, really nice type. And I certainly recommend people having a look at him, and I don't think he's going to be an expensive horse. No,
I think, I haven't seen the videos, and you haven't actually said. I think when people watch this horse walk, though, he's got a bit of a presence. And, both colts actually caught people unawares. I think a few people thought he was a Seaside, and the other bloke, everyone definitely thought he was a Lather Up because of the white blaze, in fairness, and the dark colour. He's got a lovely colour. We'll come back to the yearlings, boys. We will stay, though, with Lather Up and the job that he is doing. Hughesy, I might start with you on the North Island. Debbie Lincoln, super impressive the other day, back in the winner's circle, second start, for Josh Tinning, I think, or Divine. Kim Budd in the cart, super mile rate, and good to see her getting on the winner's board.
Yeah, recent acquisition to the N40 team is Debbie Lincoln, $100,000 in the camp now, won the $31,000 feature there at Addington on Friday night. Career win number 5 as well, ex-member of the Ray Green team. lovely horse, probably one of the first kids of Lather Up down under to punch over the $100,000 mark. And out of Yasmin Bromack, a Sir Lincoln mare. So that's some beach line, working with Lather Up, as we know, in both hemispheres and making some serious money.
Yep, we've got 2 videos to highlight. Both of these have got Lincoln in the surname. This is Johnny Lincoln Cam. He was awesome, well-backed, well-driven, and got the chockies, and won't be the last race this horse wins because the mile rate was exceptional. Good last quarter as well, and had plenty left. Andre Potama just sitting there quietly against him up the last little bit. Very, very impressive win as well.
Yeah, you're right. It's nice that Ray and the team have got another winner for Lather Up on the board, because they've been really good supporters from us at the sales with these types of horses. So you're right, he looks like a really progressive type, and I'm sure Ray will give him kind of all opportunities, and hopefully he kind of keeps flying the flag for us and coming back and having another look for a couple at the sales. Yeah,
well, and I was going to touch on that. One thing about Lather Up and people wondering about them, Ray and Debbie have been keen on them. They still purchased again this year at the Yearling sales. They are still keen on them. They like them. There's no mistake why both those horses win. Neither of those were expensive purchases. I think Debbie was 3, and I reckon Johnny was 7 or 8. I think I did look it up earlier and I forgot, but not overly expensive purchases from them, and both got good futures. Especially, I like Johnny Lincoln. I think he's come back with a fair bit of toughness and pretty sensible sort of horse. So really keen. But usually blokes like that are as good a tell as anything, aren't they? When you see blokes like Ray Green purchasing horses, they know what's going on.
Well, Ray and Debbie's record at the sales, yearling-wise and weanling-wise, is very, very high. They're very fastidious about what they see and what they want in a horse, and their record purchasing of both these sales and carrying through to races is, I'd have to, their strike rate might be very similar to Jean Feast and the way she purchases horses if you went back and did that. But they're more inclined, obviously, to put their money in their pocket for the weanling sales as well. And a lot of these horses with Ray as well, like a lot of these horses, they sell them and they go on and they replenish and renew, mate. They had another good winner the other night called Seaside Lincoln at Auckland as well. So and I'm pretty confident that they'll be touching into our draft at some point in February.
Debbie has a keen eye for a horse. Of course, she did select Copy That being a son of American Ideal. And the next one we're going to highlight, Cam, is lot number 98. This is the American Ideal out of the Down by the Seaside mare in Flamenco, and another really impressive horse. Tony Grayland and the team have just done an amazing job with these colts this year.
Yeah, like I said, it's certainly a different one for people to look at. This horse, he's obviously an American Ideal out of the Down by the Seaside mare that we raced at Woodland Stud. So look, this family just keeps throwing winner after winner. So obviously Tanya Tindayas being the second dam, going back to Tanya's Courage, who's obviously left Tatiana Bromax. So that's Yardies Expresses and that of the world. It's a pretty nice pedigree page here with plenty of very, very nice horses. So look, he looks like he's a kind of a mid-sized horse that's going to grow into quite a nice horse, and he's probably that typical American Ideal type that looks like a 3-year-old who should do a very good job. He's got quite a long body, and he's going to grow into a really nice horse. And like I said, there's obviously a bit of a reverse crossbreeding an American Ideal there out of the Seaside. So,
but it does, in a way, it's a proven cross as well, because Tommy Lincoln, of course, being by American Ideal, he was a half to Flamenco, so that you've got that. And one other one, I was doing this because I was actually ready half an hour earlier, which is unusual for me, but Tandia's Courage being a full sister to Mother Courage. I think something like 45 wins between the pair of them, 2 champion mares, and they continue to leave winners all the way through. Mother Courage is doing the same as Tandia's Courage, so pretty exciting crosses they are as well. Very interesting. They never went back to Stone Ridge Scooter. I had a look. They've got 2 mares like these two, and they never went back. I don't understand. I'm not going to question. I forget who it was actually. The Castle family it was. But anyway, they just didn't go back. So those things happen. But yeah, that's okay. And then Hughesy, the second last of the sale for us. Sorry, mate. I've just got to try and get it. Is lot number 126. This is the What the Hill out of the Pegasus Spur mare in Miss Pegasus, mate.
Yeah, so look, we take one What the Hill to the sale, and out of our tried and true formula mare, Miss Pegasus, a Pegasus Spur mare. Pegasus Spur is a broodmare sire, is doing an elite job at all levels. Multiple Group 1 winning broodmare sire. And what can we say about What the Hill's last 3 to 6 months being dominant? Breeders' Crown winners, Vic Bred winners, Group 1 winners in New Zealand. He's made his presence felt throughout the last 6 to 12 months in Australia and New Zealand, and certainly in North America. One of only a handful of What the Hills at the sale. December foal will be very well sought, and of course from the family of the great Marinai, Sunny Elegant, Pegasus Elegant. At least $600,000 or $800,000 plus earners on this page. So another family that looks like pretty solid ATM family for us. Look forward. We know the trotting market this year is fairly elite, but if someone's looking to get under the guard and not have to pay a lot of money for a nice trotter, I think they're going to be able to find one here.
This trot is very correct. Stands up. Terrific. Again, another one that took the eye. And it's easy. Look, people probably say, oh, I just say that because I get paid by you guys. I get paid by you to promote your product. It's very easy to promote. And I dare anyone to go and have a look at this horse and tell me I'm incorrect when they say, wow, he's a lovely type. He's correct. He does everything right. And like you said, Hughes, he might not be on a lot of people's radars. There's the opportunity for a smart buyer to get a very astute purchase. Benny's doing an awesome job. 2-year-old winners, like you said, Redwood winners, right through to Stacey David's horse, whose name has just left me, and they'll be in all sorts of trouble there.
Bet and win.
Bet and win. Thank you. I had nothing. I wasn't even close to the head. But that's what he does. And I think, people need to sit up there. Of course, the little VAR group, they've got a nice 3-year-old that looks like he'll only get better this year. He's almost got Derby written all over him. So, there is all these horses that just keep coming through, and this horse represents huge value, which is actually what these 4 horses that we've highlighted today actually all are. There's the opportunity of purchasing a very nice horse at not a king's ransom. I think you guys, well, maybe not you guys, but the guys who pay our bills would be hoping, no, we want these all 4 to be sale toppers. But reality is they're not going to be. They're just going to be lovely horses for someone to be able to, take home and enjoy.
Yeah, look, absolutely. And these are the ones that, that people can, probably buy. Look, the market will determine their price. And as you say, we know they won't be, they certainly won't be 6-figure yearlings, but they're yearlings that people won't necessarily probably going to get a bargain. And our reputation of selling these horses at the right price and moving them on and getting great results for people is unprecedented in the business in the last decade, I would have thought. So opportunity here. And look, there'll be other opportunity with our yearlings as well. But these 4 boys today represent, really, really good buying and probably really good value buying.
Yep. Just one of yours, I don't know which one, it was put to me the other day at the parade when I was there that obviously you pick the eyes out of your fillies because there's only 4 fillies. All horses have been sold. You guys sold the fillies at the weanling sales, true?
Yep. Well, it's a tough one. I had this conversation with Brad Reed last night. There's an article going up for the breeders, and we've just tried to stick to the high-end fillies, to be fair, for the yearling sales, because you just really struggle with that lower middle market. Like, you just don't get what you probably deserve. So we sold a lot at the weanling sales, like a lot of weanling fillies went there, and we've just kept the kind of higher, better pedigree ones, I guess. And like we have to retain the old one at the end of the day, just to keep the breed going. And look, we've always raced them at Woodlands and put them back in the mobs. So I would have thought out of those 4 there, like you look at the Just Dance one, it's a full to Christopher Dance, and we don't have a filly out of that family yet, so it's a lovely, lovely breed. And ones like Steal the Light too, so they're pretty high-end product for us.
Yep, and it is the reason I threw that out there is just to dispel the myth that basically you're picking the eyes out and keeping which ones you want, which is not the case. And people forget that you do sell. How many weanlings did we sell? 36?
I think it was 36, and probably pretty much all fillies, mostly fillies, really.
Yeah. Yep.
We realistically probably keep 3 or 4 a year. It's not a huge number, that's for sure.
No.
Yeah. It's always been a targeted approach. There's probably a few more colts born in this particular year for us. Yeah. That's probably part of it as well. But yeah, look, we need to, the product's always been available and accessible to people over the journey. So we've prided ourselves on that.
No, absolutely. Boys, thank you. Well done to the Ballarat and District Trotting Club. Hats off, Husey. We've got nice hats. They're actually a very good hat. I haven't worn this one for a while, and it's they've got a little bit of flex and good for the bloke with the big bonce like myself. So you don't have one, Cam Grant?
I don't. No, I'm missing out.
Rousey will be watching. We'll make sure we get you one there. But I think well done to those guys and continued support. Back sponsoring again next year, I believe, Husey. It was a 3-year deal, I think. Not sure?
Yeah, well, I think so. So, yeah, one of many deals that I've got going on that I've got to keep tabs on. So, you know.
I might have lost my night's accommodation at the Hotel Kenny's. So I better be careful there if I'm getting sponsorships done on.
Oh, mate, at least you've got an invite.
Yeah, well, you snooze, you lose, mate. That's a great saying. So yeah, you can double bump.
Right.
You can double bump.
I suppose I cope being in the West for 2 weeks, so it's all good.
Boys, thank you. Anyone wants any more information on any of these or all yearlings, you can contact Hughesy. Hughesy hasn't got to see them yet, but he will. The videos are going up, but also Cam Grant, get in touch with either of the guys going forward, and make sure you contact the team as well over there, Tony Graylin and the team as well. So don't be scared to get in touch. We want the Aussie buyers to be aware of these horses, that they're there. That's the whole idea of this, but also the Kiwi guys. So, guys, thank you. We will be back next week, early in the week, I would imagine. And, do you know what we're doing next week, Hughesy? Little teaser?
Oh, we'll settle down. We'll throw a coin. We might cast the net over maybe the Sweet Lose next week. See how we go.
The Lose, I've seen a few lose this week. Don't you worry about that. And last week, the Rockstar will continue. He won't be going anywhere anytime soon. Boys, thank you very much. Woodlands winners, go to woodlandstud.co.nz for all the information, or go to NZB Standardbred. I didn't do that thing. For anyone that's wondering how to do it, you basically just go up here to get to the Woodlands. So you type in, go back to the NZB sales, go to the upcoming sales, hit that one there, come down into the search bar and just type in Woodlands, and you don't even have to finish the whole lot, but it's sometimes safer, and that is the entire Woodlands stud draft. So make sure you follow that. It'll be in a link on this post as well, but it's that simple. Go to nzbstandardbred.co.nz, Auckland sale, and then type in Woodlands in the search bar, and you'll be able to see all of those. But of course, the stallions are well and truly represented right through the sale, as they should be as well. Boys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cobber.
Thanks, mate.
It's Debbie Lincoln who ups the ante a half to Candy Cane. Then Nothing But You and Zarlini, Queen of Swords, looking for a run in behind as they turn and go. Debbie Lincoln the leader, 29.7 third quarter. Nothing But You, Candy Cane after her. Debbie Lincoln with a kick, a length and a half. Nothing But You and Candy Cane, who are not reaching her for now. 100 to go. It's Debbie Lincoln in front from Nothing But You and Candy Cane. Debbie Lincoln goes all the way. Debbie Lincoln beats Nothing But You. Candy Cane, Queen of Swords, Zarlini.
They went down the back in a 28.9, so they're quickening. Johnny Lincoln moved up and may have the better of Amazing Captain coming around the bend. Princess Lisa's in two minds whether to wait for the passing lane. Billy the Kid to the outside and fourth. Johnny Lincoln took over, looking to fight back Amazing Captain. Princess Lisa's not reaching them. Johnny Lincoln, he's been well bet and he's done it the hard way. Johnny Lincoln goes on to win narrowly over Amazing Captain, Mr. Mickey.